So let's move on to the next topic. Harnessing technology for progress for empowerment in the community. Um, I've been thinking a lot recently about um, solutions that I think are the most important solutions, like the solutions to some of the problems in the Black community that I think could go the furthest and have the biggest impact. Okay, so one of the solutions that I think definitely is political activism and just organization in general, just being more organized. Um, that can only have positive impacts, not negative impacts. So that's definitely one of the solutions. A lot of people talk about business and industry. Okay, that's a solution, but I want to talk very briefly for a few minutes, not too long, about harnessing technology. So um, this is really about inspiring Black people to engineer our future, because I think that is foundational. Okay, we're still plugged in too much to the current system, and we're honestly still way too dependent. I was about to say independent. I wish we were more independent. We're still way too dependent on the system, and part of that is by design. I'm not blaming people. I'm not attacking people, but it is what it is. It's by design, and honestly, they want us hooked into the system because that gives them more power. They do all this talking about Black people pulling themselves up or pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps. In reality, they want us dependent on them because a dependent population, I said this in the BIE video that I made a few months ago, a dependent population is a controllable population. A dependent population is more weak than an independent population. An independent and financially powerful population is very hard to control. Okay, and they know this. Okay, so when we look at solutions, we have to take technology into account. Okay, so that wouldn't be an issue. And when I'm talking about when I say that I'm talking about being plugged into the system, like being plugged into the matrix, that wouldn't be an issue if the state did right by the people and if the social safety net were strong and not disappearing like it currently is. But that's just not the case. The social safety net is being attacked left and right. Okay, so you can't. I understand things are the way that they are now because people are kind of stuck in the repetitive motions of things that they've been doing for years. Okay, but we're at the point now, people are getting killed in the streets. Okay, you have these cover ups of the murders of Black people in record numbers. You have all sorts of problems in terms of climate change, in terms of representation in government. Okay, in terms of um, just a whole host of issues. There's so much going wrong right now in American society. We need to be thinking about radical solutions. Okay, so the Black community needs bold, new, and disruptive ideas that we can capitalize off of. We really honestly need our own ecosystem, our own economic ecosystem. Okay, that's really what it's coming down to. Okay, technology opens the door for new streams of income if you find ways to take advantage of those things. And I'm not talking about from the point of view of using technology, okay, but designing and developing it. Okay, we're great at using the technology, okay, but um I'm not seeing enough headway into the designing and the development of technology. Okay, and there's way too much at our hands. There's way too much at our disposal right now. Things that we can be building. Okay, and if not right now, in the near future, so within the next year or 2 years or 3 years, things that we can be building in the short term that will help out everybody. Not just help out ourselves individually, but help out everybody in the community. We need to be thinking about these things. I think we have to take a holistic approach to fixing the problems in the black community. We have to harness the power, like I said earlier, of political organization. We have to harness the power of community. We have to harness the power of business and industry. And yes, we need to harness the power of technology. We're kind of already doing that with social media, but again, we're using social media. We're not really designing our own. We're not designing our own Facebooks, our own Instagrams, okay, our own WhatsApps and our own Snapchats and all of this other stuff. And I mean, I'm seeing some people, I'm seeing some platforms come around now that are still kind of in the incubation phase, or maybe they're out of the incubation phase, and maybe they actually have a platform where you can go and you can log on and you can sign up and start using the platform. And that stuff needs to grow out and develop further, I think. But it's a start, but more definitely needs to be done in that area. um so we have to get out of the mindset of being users of technology. Okay, we need innovators, we need developers of technology. Okay, we need people who know how to access the back ends of these social media platforms like Twitter. Screw Facebook. I'm so close. I want to delete my Facebook account so bad. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Because I think, me personally, I think it has more to do with me wanting to stay in contact with relatives, distant relatives and stuff like that. If I didn't have family on Facebook, I would have deleted that mess a long time ago. Especially after that Cambridge Analytica um, scandal. Okay, so we need people who know how to create separate social media platforms based on using the APIs. Okay, now that's a technical term, a developer term, but based on using the APIs, okay, and the SDKs of Twitter, for instance, or of Facebook, or of Instagram. Okay, that can be done. That can be done. Okay, and I know everybody doesn't believe in blockchain, but when you harness, if you're able to harness blockchain with social media and with just web development in general, there's a huge field just waiting to be tapped into. There's so much potential that's out there in the future, that as a community we can all capitalize off of. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just talk very briefly about the importance of harnessing technology for progress and using technology to promote Black empowerment and Black excellence. It's definitely something that we all need to look into. Um, Coding, developing, engineering, all of that stuff is extremely important. It's a very powerful, very lucrative fields.